And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that brutal OSC. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Hard Lead, we have our South Korean Zerg player representing himself. He is teamless. He is DRG. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing CranKy Gaming. It is Dark. Ooh, DRG, he made it. He made it through the Cannon Rusher. He made it through Full Heart. Something that not many can say that they've done. And with that, DRG has now made it to a ZvZ, and this is going to be a close one. Now, on paper, Dark is the more well-rounded player. You know, Dark, he has stronger ZVP and stronger ZVT. I will say that. But in this matchup specifically, in a ZvZ, I would say that DRG is pretty close, if not stronger. We have actually seen DRG defeat Dark before. A couple of weeks ago, I think it was in KSL or ESL Open Cup 8. I think it was KSL, where DRG did cause the upsets, and yeah, he's been looking damn good here in this matchup. So we'll see if Dark can keep up. We'll see if he can keep up with the tech switches of DRG. That's how he beat him. DRG going for these surprise link floods and roach pushes and cutting workers really early on. DRG was able to overcome Dark in the chaos of the mid game and the early game. So we'll see if Dark can pull this off. Hold on. Right, show us your marine. You're an animal. You're an animal. As for now, Hatch Gas Pool. Hatch Gas Pool from DRG and Dark both. So some standard openers are coming in. Standard openers so far. Nothing out of the norm. Link speed is on the way for both players. And we should be working towards a third. So no one is playing 2-base. No one is playing 2-base yet in this series. Everything is on the up and up. As for now, yeah, we're just going to be droning. We're going to be taking our third bases into a Bailey Nest. Very standard early game here in this ZvZ, and it's leading into a standard mid game. It's leading us there. We're not there yet, because of course, once we take our third bases, either player could decide to link flood and go for a lot of link bane aggression, or we could just ease into the mid game into Roach v Roach. We do have options. So far, Dark going to be applying some pressure. He's going to be pulling back here as he was able to nibble away at that third. Dark, he will pull back. So far, still droning. So far, no signs of aggression yet. We're all just Chilean, papi. We're calming things down. DRG getting ready for his own scout as well. Making sure everything is as it should be. As link speed kicks in for both players. That's at the correct time. With link speed now, we're going to be diving into that main base, confirming the Bailey Nest. We do have a second gas on the way. Well, was that seen? Was that spotted, actually? Yeah, it was. Okay, with that second gas, guys, we should be taking it a little bit harder. There we go. We have links and Bailey's on the way. DRG throws down a Roach Warren. He is droning. So this gas, guys, typically should lead into like an Evo Chamber, a faster lair, faster Roach Warren, but no, we're doubling down on Ling Bane. Dark, he's amassing his army, and DRG doesn't know until now. Overlord spots it. DRG back at home, he's walling off. We have 4 more Banelings in production. And will they finish in time? It's going to be close. Lings, they do alright. Banelings will finish. Ready to go up. Oh my god. Some big connections on the Lings. Dark running out of steam. He comes in with some more Banelings, and he will not find any connections. He's trying. Connections are not being found. He's trying to bust into the natural as well, and he barely does not. The Queens are holding. A couple of Lings do find their way into the mineral line. One Baneling as well, but one Baneling is not good enough. And DRG does hold. He gets away with a higher worker count. He gets away with a Roach Warren as well, and now Dark is in a lot of trouble. Dark, no Roach Warren, just now being thrown down. And DRG already building up his Roach counts, already having the superior economy as well. And DRG, he's cutting workers. He's cutting workers at 40. That is 2 gas saturation. nothing here at the third base. Full saturation at the natural. Overlords are on the way, and DRG, he's pushing. Roaches, Lings, and Banelings. It's all or nothing. A couple of Roaches that get caught out. No! A couple of Roaches do get caught out. A big pick off here from Dark. As the all-in is coming. Dark is getting ready back at home. He's just banking up resources for Roaches. But the Roaches, they arrive. Lings are looking for a surround. And they will surround those Roaches just barely. Oh my god. And it looks like with reinforcements, can we clean up the Roaches? It's going to be so close. Some of them barely do make it out. 3 Roaches make it through. We have 8 Roaches in production for Dark. GG gets called. He is broken. And DRG takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Again, not the first time we have seen... DRG take down Dark. But a lot of this was on the onus of Dark, right? Dark, he was the one who was hyper aggressive. He's the one that hammered down that Ling key, went for a lot of mass Ling Bane aggression, went across the map, and he was unable to deal enough damage. Really good scouting out of DRG and really good response as well. Remember, as soon as he saw the Lings moving out, bam, a wave of Banelings. Immediately were on the way. 4 Banelings, I think 6 in total. The Queens, they were on hold position at the wall as well. The wall was not broken until the very end. And Dark did not do enough damage. It was not worth it. It was not worth it in the end. And this is a best of 3. One more loss and Dark is out of this. One more win. And DRG makes it to the semifinals. Here we go. As we're going to be loading in the Hecate for game 2. Vámonos, vámonos. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the Hecate, we have the South Korean Zerg player leading the series 1-0. Ooh. 1 game away from making it to the semifinals. It is DRG. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the red Zerg representing CranKy Gaming. Down in this series, he needs to fight back here and now. It is Dark. Can he do it though? Can he fight back? Can he force the ace match? Personally, I hope so. I want a game 3. I want as much out of these players as I can get, but it is up to Dark here to pull that off. So far, hatch first. Hatch first here out of Dark. Likewise, same can be said for DRG. So hatch gas pool. Remember, last game we had standard openers. Hatch gas pool from both players into a third base, into a Bailey nest, and that is when Dark decided to turn up the aggression and just go for a massive Ling Bane attack. Amassing Lings, pulling the trigger, and he wasn't scattered until he left the base. But DRG happened to be waiting back at home, and he was able to react fast enough, morph in a wave of Banelings, have his queens in position. He brought all 3 queens to the front lines, and he was able to barely hold on. Good enough Baneling connections as well, and yeah, DRG took that first game. It wasn't just that though, it was also the fast Roach Warren. So because DRG in the just before the defense did occur threw down a fast Roach Warren, it meant that he could counterattack with Roaches as soon as he was saturated. So he was able to counterattack immediately and barely end the game. And now we're finding ourselves here in game number 2, and so far everything is looking as it should. Hatch gas pool, should be droning, making some queens, getting ready for the beginning of the mid game once again. We're getting there. Link speed is on the way. No one is playing 2-base Roach. Bear that in mind. No one is, cutting Link speed and taking excess gas or anything like that. Everything's still looking as it should. Third bases are soon to be taken. There's our third for DRG, and our third on the way for Dark as well. And it's going to be on both players to scout and recognize what's going on. Dark, he has seen the third. He's just going to be applying some light pressure. Nothing too major. Likewise, DRG getting ready for his scout. Bailey Nessa thrown down for both players as well, as they should be. And the game is going to be settling. Right now, we're just keeping our eye out for a Ling flood. But after what happened that last game, I feel like both players should just be joining. Yeah, both players are joining. We do have a couple of Lings on the way here for DRG, but it's only just for safety. Just to keep ourselves safe and secure, we're just hyper-fixated on saturating. They come in, or Ling does come in, does confirm the lack of gases here at the natural, lack of Roach Warren as well. And as soon as Ling goes down, we have some extra Lings on the way, but only enough to defend. Roach Warren is thrown down. We do have DRG coming in. But we have a Queen in position. Yeah, with the defender's advantage, we should be able to clean this up. The Lings do go down. We're going straight for the Queen. The Baneling will zone DRG away. And Dark holds. Likewise, DRG also going for his Roach Warren, so the Ling Bane aggression for this game has subsided. We were only here for such a short time, and we're already moving on into Roach versus Roach. At the moment, both players are still droning. We have a lair on the way for Dark. Now, we do have to keep an eye on DRG because I don't see a lair yet, and we should have seen one by now. The lack of lair tells us, yep, there we go, roaches. Roaches are in production. Instead of droning and saturating his third base, and he does have, oh, Bailey does go off. We do have a couple of drones here, don't get me wrong. DRG, he's all in. He does main out his workers over. He's making it look like he's droning when he isn't. He only has 10 workers at his natural. He's going completely all in. It's all or nothing for DRG. The Bailings are rocking up. Roaches have been revealed. Immediately, Roaches are in production. Dark, he realizes what's going on. He's racing back home. But is it too late? Thankfully, he does have a Roach Warren of his own, and he's making as many Roaches as he can. But DRG, he's up in supply. He sees Roaches. He pulls back. Oh my god. DRG does pull back, and he's going to be droning instead. This is brutal because he's down in workers. I think he may have been able to pull it off. I mean, Hecate does have a lot of points of elevation, a lot of high ground, so it's difficult to really pull off an all-in. And now DRG's behind. DRG, he pulls back. He doesn't commit to the all-in, which means he's down in workers. He's down in tech. His lair halfway done. Dark, he's already working on Roach speed and on his upgrades. And Dark is now in a good position. He's looking phenomenal getting into game 2. Again, it looks like DRG was hoping that maybe Dark would be caught more off guard, but because of the defensive Roaches, DRG backs off. He respects it. Spire on the way for Dark. He knows he's ahead. He's gonna get even further ahead. I love this. I love this decision. Again, Dark knows that DRG is most likely scrambling to get into Roaches and scrambling to get into his upgrades. And in the midst of all this chaos, Dark, he just throws down the Spire. Makes sense. As DRG has finally finished droning, we have a second Evo chamber on the way. Shows us that he wants to double down on Roach production, on Roach Ravager. Dark, only with a single Evo chamber. Overseer is going to dive in, and we should get a scout on the tech. Overseer makes his way towards the natural, and the Spire has been scouted. Now, at this point, it's a little bit too late. The Spire is going to finish, and Dark is going to gain map control. DRG throws down a Hydrogen immediately. Hydrogen is on the way. Overlord speed as well to race all these Overlords back home. And the question becomes, Dark, how many mutas? I'm feeling like 6. Yeah, there we go. 6 mutas are on the way. Now with 6 mutas, we can shut down all these Overlords, gain map control. We won't really threaten the mineral lines too much. Plus 2 ranges on the way, so Dark is doubling down on Roach production, going for a Bailey as well, and Bailing speed. I love it. Banelings, of course, are a great answer for Hydras. Lings come in. Dark is being distracted. He's pulled out of position, but Banelings were in position instead. They pop up. Lings do go down. At the same time, DRG tries to push on the right hand side, but he gets completely shut down as well. The Muse, they can chase this down. They can pick away at these roaches and the Ravagers as well. It's really what we want, and that is what we will get. Oh, barely. We get the Ravager. We can now focus on these Overlords. Dark behind this is amassing an army. He's already at 71 drones. That is more than enough workers. He has a solid economy, and now we can focus on Ling Bane Roach. Now again, the goal here for the Banelings are to connect with the Hydras. You have the Banelings for the Hydras and the Roaches for everything else. I believe we shouldn't be making Ravagers because our excess gas is going to be spent on Banelings, and Dark is about to max out. DRG behind this, he's stuck back at home. Hydras, they take a long time to really get online because of the upgrades. Hydra range is done, Hydra speed still on the way, just now starts. Because of that, DRG is stuck at home. Oh my god, that's a lot of... shower me. It's a lot of creep. And here we go, Dark is the first to max. Mutas, they come in from behind, they get a couple of workers, they're looking to distract DRG if possible. And here it is. This is going to be a timing of +2. +2 is going to finish in a couple of seconds. Dark, he is waiting for it. And here we go, we're committing. +2 in 10 seconds. And Roaches do rock up. We don't want to waste the Banelings. Do not want to waste them. There we go, they move commanding towards those Hydras. They go for the middle line. They go for everything. The Hydras go down. Drones will survive, but we go for the last remaining Hydras. We get some. Dark is being forced back. But how many Hydras did he just kill? 7. 7 Hydras went down. We have how many left? 6. So half the Hydras. Got a couple of workers as well. Mutas coming from behind, getting a lot of damage done on this base. Dark is reinforcing with pure Roach. The 1-2 punch. And he's forcing himself up the ramp, getting on top of the Hydras as well. Even coming in from behind. Lurkers, they have hit the field. Just in time, the Lurkers do arrive. But we ignore the Lurkers, we just get the base. We ignore the Lurkers, we get the base. At the same time, though, we have tunneling full Roaches across the map. DRG looking to wreak havoc. Now, what's important is that thankfully, DRG has a 4th where he can main out his workers over. He just transfer them to the 4th base. Roaches, they arrive in the 3rd base. They arrive here at the natural and the main. But Dark is in position. He shuts it down. He's able to keep up. Spores and Spine Crawlers. At the same time, he wants the hatchery. He may just ignore the army. Nah, he'd fight everything. Lurkers are out of position. And, oh my god, even a Lurker goes down. The hatchery as well. DRG, GG gets called. And Dark ties up the series 1-1. We're going to the ace match. GG, well played. Very decisive play there out of Dark. Ooh. Again, upon the failed all-in, winding it back, remember, DRG went for an all-in. He cut workers very early on, I think at around 40. He cut workers, he made nothing but Roaches and Lings, pushed out across the map. Upon seeing that Dark already had defensive Roaches on top of the ramp, DRG, he lost confidence in the all-in. He pulled back, and from that moment, DRG was behind. He was behind, and Dark was able to run away with it. God, I have to restart again. If you missed out so far on this series, and I guess you should have because you couldn't see anything, standard early game up to 40 workers. Then we saw both players cut workers. They refused to saturate their 3rd bases, and we saw Hyper, Ling, Bane, Roach, Ravager aggression. They were kind of fending off each other in the center of the map. They bounced off each other, and ever since then, DRG and Dark have been now droning, saturating their bases. Again, their aggression did kind of nullify each other in the end, and now we are just hyper fixated here. Getting into the mid game, getting into Roach v Roach. Now we have a different tech choice here from DRG, going for Aspire. So yeah, Dark is going to be pushing through here on his own side of the map. Just cutting workers here at 70. Once again, joining up quite a lot here, Dark is. Just like we saw in the previous game. I'm keeping my eye on OBS, hoping to see it hoping to see it connect in 2 minutes, because there is a 2-minute delay. Fingers crossed. Overseer dives into the main. Wing's going to be heading towards that natural way, so we're looking to try and pull Dark apart. So far, we're going to be, not able to deal any damage. Dark so far defending beautifully here on these bases. The Mutas, they have arrived. Hydrogen now on the way. Spores as well. Again, it was a bit of a later scout here on the Spire, but at least we did get eyes on it. Mutas shutting down the Overlords. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Mutas, they do threaten that 4th base. Getting a lot of damage done on that hatchery. The Queens are rotating over. Again, plenty of spores are in position to protect all these kind of locations in between the bases. And we are connected. So again, I do apologize for the DC earlier. I'm still in the game. Like everything was fine. The internet is fine. It's just we lost connection to Twitch. There we go. Mutas, they do threaten that 3rd base. At the same time, a Bailing Water Bite here on the right hand side. We're getting in. I also have to connect us to Team Liquid again. Merge back to merge. I don't know how many viewers we lost, but if you stuck around, thank you. Do appreciate it. Bailey's they roll in, they get 5 worker kills. And DRG with this mass muta army, 21 mutas, by the way. Oh my god, we can snipe the base. Yeah, the base is barely gonna go down. The Queens are too late. Transfuse not good enough. Dark losing his 4th, losing his economic advantage. And DRG maintains map control. Now, what's important is that Dark is teching. We have a wall of spores. He's turtling. This is going to be a long game. We have Hydra, Lurker, Viper on the way. Lurker Den is done. Infestation Bit on the way for eventually Vipers. We've seen this before. We've seen this from Dark in ZvZ before, where he's going to be turtling as hard as he can. And even though he may be stuck on these 4 bases, and even though DRG is going to be free to take a 5th and take a 6th base, Dark is looking to trade as efficiently as possible and slow the game down. He's looking to slow the game down. There we go. More lurkers are on the way. DRG, though, he's looking to end the game. Before that happens, we have a mass amount of Bailings in production. The Mutas, they chip away at the roaches. Bailings are on the way. And we're pushing up the ramp. We're going straight for the 3rd base. We do make it past the roaches. Other drones. And we do get into the mineral line. We take down the hatchery as well. Dark struggling here to turtle and maintain his position. Decent fungal. Decent fungal in the end. DRG does rotate over towards the 4th base as well. We take down the Spore, take down a couple of lurkers. And yeah, Dark, he's just really struggling to stabilize. We come in again, that's another kill. The Baileys, they take down another hatchery. Ay. Mutas, they get into the main base, spawning full falls. And DRG, he's snowballing out of control. Doubling down here on even more Mutas. DRG catches a lurker, takes down a base. The Lings, they go straight. Oh god, they run into a wall of Queens. Actually, not the best trade for those Lings. They are going to get cleaned up, but we get another kill on the base. That is 4 hatcheries going down over the course of this game for Dark. The Mutas are still wreaking havoc in the main base. They're going for the Vipers. Up. They get 1. They get 2. They get 3 Vipers in the end. Dark, he was distracted. He has 1 Viper left. That was costly. That did cost us a lot of Mutas. 24 Mutas just went down. Or, I guess less than that, but 24 in total. want to say 10 mutas fell there in that dive. But we have more mutas on the way, and Ultra Cavern as well. Yeah, and with Ultras, with these mutas, we can break these defensive lines. It's a kill in the Evo chamber. We got one lunker, we get two lunkers. The split, looking good. Split looking good here from DRG. He dives on the army, gets a surround on the queens. Oof. That's going to be another kill on another hatchery, and this is just an uphill battle here for Dark. He does land a fungal. No power bomb. No power bombs are available. We need more energy. At the same time, a Roach counterattack is getting damage done. Mutas are racing back home to deal with this. Dark, he has a little bit of breathing room, and again, he's able to build up his Viper count. Dark has a pretty threatening army. He's going for these, mass counterattacks. Roach is tunneling into the mineral line, or into the natural base. Fringe bases are going down. Roach is all over the place. Dark is still in this. His economy is in shambles, don't get me wrong. You know, he has how many Vipers? 3 Vipers, only 4 Lurkers. He's still struggling to just amass an army. And Roaches are not good enough. They come in from the left-hand side into Lunkers. Ling's gonna go down. Mutas, they dive into the main base. No Spore Crawler, by the way. We have Vipers instead. We split the Mutas. We dive on the Vipers. Oh my god, we're gonna be losing everything. Jesus. The Mutas are deep in the red. DRG losing a lot of supply, but he takes control of the main base. He's going for the hive. We'll back off, and now we're doubling down on Ultras. 9 Ultras in production. The Ultras are coming. They are coming. DRG just goes straight for the main base once again, getting another gas geyser, getting a queen even. And the era of the Mutas has come and gone. These Mutas are going to go down. I don't think we care. Not anymore. It's all about the Ultras. Oh boy. The Ultras are coming. The Dropper Lords as well. Going for the Ultra drop into the main base. I mean, we do have a line of Lurkers. This is going to be difficult to break. Okay, we have Ling drop into the main. Is there a world? Can Dark hold on? He is on 10 Lurkers. 10 Lurkers versus 12 Ultras. This could work. Can we pull off the defense? Ultras, they threaten a dive here towards the third. We do have some detection, but the detection goes down. The Lurkers stand strong. We get into the mineral line at the same time. Ling's into the main base as well. Drones are falling. And GG gets called. It looks like it's just too much. DRG takes a series 2-1, taking down Dark. GG. Oh my god. DRG just relentless with his aggression, just over and over again, just powering through the third base, getting so many hatchery kills, so many base kills. Does take it in the end. GG. Congratulations to DRG. Congratulations. And with that, DRG advances on to the semifinals, where he is soon to have an opponent ready and waiting. We head on over to the Americas, and we find out if he has an opponent. Bjorn and Clem are currently mid-series, and I don't know if anyone's casting them. I don't know if anyone is covering that series. We are heading over to see what is going on.